Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures, videos, emails. And if you would like to send me something for a video, just email me. My email's in the description box below. So this first email comes in from a community member, and she said, "I love and I miss you all. This song is one of my very favorites." Thank you so much. I miss you too. It's been a very long time, honey. So the link is in the description box, okay? So here's another link from a community member, and she said, "New technology for shopping. Shite." Oh, dear me. That doesn't look appealing. Not at all. So this was sent in by a community member, and this took place in Dodge City, Wisconsin. Officials are saying that a deer farm in southeastern Wisconsin has been depopulated by over 170 animals after it had tested positive for chronic wasting disease in May of 2023. A release from the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Commission Protection on December 20th confirms that the deer farm in Dodge County had 172 animals depopulated. And of the 172 that were depopulated, 23 tested positive for the CWD, bringing the herd's total number of positive cases to 26. And officials are saying that the additional 3 had perished before the farm's depopulation. After a 9-year-old doe tested positive for CWD in May, the DATCP quarantined the farm, meaning that no live animals or whole carcasses were permitted to leave the property. And the U.S. Department of Agriculture and Wildlife Services depopulated the herd. And officials say that the farm owner will receive federal indemnity for the depopulated animals, and Dodge City Farm will also not be allowed to hold any deer for 5 years. They must maintain fences and submit to routine inspections. And CWD is a fatal neurological disease of deer, of elk, and of moose that is caused by an infectious protein that affects the animal's brain. Dear Lord, that is insane. Okay, so here's something that was sent in by a community member for an onion recall. According to federal officials, a deadly outbreak of infections from salmonella has ended. The CDC reported that 1 person perished and 80 were sickened in the outbreak. 18 patients had to be hospitalized. Outbreak patients spread across 23 states. Illnesses started on dates ranging from August 2nd to November 11th, and the outbreak was traced to Gills, Gills, brand diced onions, which were recalled on October 23rd. There is some concern that consumers may still have the recalled onions in their freezers, and the following products were subject to the recall: Gills Onions brand 3-pound bag diced yellow onions, UPC 6435500000320, used by date from 8/18/23 to 8/28/23. States: California, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Arizona. Um, the stores were Smart and Final, Bosch's Market and Smart and Final, Chef's Store, Starter Bros, or Statter Bros, sorry. Um, then the next one is Gills Onion brand 8-ounce cups diced yellow onions, UPC 6435500000658. The dates are 8/15/23 to 8/14/23, or no, I'm sorry, 8/28/23. Arizona, California, Bosch's Market, Smart and Final, and Statter Bros. Gill's Onion Brand 8-ounce cup, diced and celery and onions, 6435500000693, 81523 to 82823. Arizona and California, Bosch's Market, Smart and Final, and Statter Bros. Gill's Onion Brand 10-ounce cup, diced mirepoix, mirepoix, 6435500000788. Dates are 8823 to 82423. In California, the store was Smart and Final. And Gill's Onion Brand 8-ounce cups, diced red onions. UPC is 6435500000641. The dates are 8/12/23 to 8/28/23. California and Arizona, Statter Bros, Smart and Final, Bosch's Market. Okay, so that's that information. Thank you very much for that information. So here's an email from a community member. She said, "Hey, Jips, hoping you and yours are doing well. We are, thank you." She said, "Merry Christmas." Well, Merry Christmas to you. She said, "I have a question about getting a TV, getting it to pick up something to watch. I'm a simple bumpkin." And I'm not electronic or tech savvy. I've gone years without a TV. I can't afford cable or internet because I'm on disability, like so many folks around here and elsewhere are way below poverty level. But if I can save money and buy one of those new TVs, I think I would enjoy it now. All I want to do is see something on TV for entertainment. I don't know I don't have any game system or DVD or whatever else they have come up with, but I don't know if I need some kind of antenna or not. People say I do. Of course, I don't want to ask a salesperson because they will want to sell me anything and everything. I don't want an antenna outside, just maybe some rabbit ears inside. Am I on the right track or not? Hoping you can help me with getting the right stuff. I don't know much about all this crazy new stuff these days. My brain seems to have went on vacation. What should I do? It would probably take me a few months to save up for a decent TV that I can halfway see. I don't want one of those on the wall just to put it on a table, plug it in kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I did. You can get a Roku TV. They are literally, it's what I have in my house. Okay, they are literally the cheapest smart TVs that you can possibly get because I'm not all about spending a lot of money on TVs either. Okay, they're called Roku TVs. You can get them at Walmart. You can even get an open box, okay, where someone bought it, they didn't like it, they returned it. Now it's like 50% off. That's what I generally do. Okay, I get open box. And you can watch something called Roku TV, where it's literally free. And you can watch TV, you can watch live TV, you can watch movies, all for free. Okay? Hang on just a minute and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so you see that the TV is on, right? No, Pepper. Ugh, no, Pepper. Okay, so the TV is on. And let's see. Go home. And this is a TCL Roku TV. Okay, it's literally like the cheapest TV you could possibly buy. This is a 50-inch, and I think I paid $130 for it because it was an open box at Walmart. Now you go over here, okay? Well, my niece has her Xbox hooked up to it. And here's the Roku channel. No, Stormy. No, Stormy, okay? And here's all the stuff that you can watch for free. You see all this? Pepper, get down, Pepper. Pepper, get down. Okay. See, live TV channel guide, live TV. let's just put this on. Oh, the sound's not, well, I'll just use this. Reach out to the new owners, and it was really awkward. Okay. So let's go back. You want, oh, it's one of my favorite shows, Cold Case. It takes place in Philly. Okay. Same doer. Serial killer. Our guy Matt could have been his first. Okay. So this is literally, I have this TV, and this is my living room. I have the same TV in my bedroom. Okay, because I don't pay for shite. I really don't. Do I have Netflix? Yeah. Why? Because I love the show Stranger Things. It's a family thing. We all watch Stranger Things. But other than that, you know, yeah, get the Roku TV. Okay, like I said, you can get the open box, which, you know, either it was they used it for a display in the store, or someone bought it and they didn't like it because either it was too big or it was too small for their entertainment center, and you literally get it for like 50% off. And like, I mean, I just showed you. Okay, it's Roku TV, and you can watch whatever you want to watch for free. You don't have to worry about it. Do you need internet? Yes. Okay. But because you are disabled, sometimes you can get internet for free. Okay. So there's that. Turn that off. All right. Where's my thing? Here it is. Hang on. Okay. So here is an email with some pictures from a community member. And she says, first, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Well, thank you. Merry Christmas to you and a New Year. I do a lot of canning. I did not add vinegar to my water because I don't seem to have a problem with white residue from the water until last night. When I opened up my canner, it looked like baby powder on my jars. Makes me wonder what they are doing to the water here in central Illinois. I've added 2 pictures. You know what that looks like to me? Soap residue. Did you put your jars in the dishwasher before you pressure canned for sanitation reasons? It's just a question. Because the last time I put my jars in the dishwasher for sanitation reasons, okay, before I pressure canned, this happened to me. So I no longer do that, the dishwasher thing. I only use hot soapy water. So if you are going to do the dishwasher thing, do hot soapy water first in your sink and then run them through the dishwasher without using soap, because I think it's the soap, the dishwasher soap. Just my opinion, but let's talk to the community members about it, okay? So here's something that was sent to me in an email from a community member, and it talks about shipping containers. Container rates have hit $10,000 as ocean freight inflation soars in Red Sea crisis. With 158 vessels carrying approximately $105 billion in ocean freight being diverted away from the Red Sea amid the risk of continuing Houthi attacks, cargo prices are soaring. Just when the supply chain inflation seemed to vanquish, ocean freight rates are increasing 40% on some trade routes, and container prices reaching $10,000, with some logistics executives concerned about opportunistic price gouging. IKEA, one of the companies to say There will be delays in products reaching stores. Um, the Red Sea diversions by shipping companies, including Maersk, Maersk, continuing amid the risk of attacks by Houthis. Global logistic managers are faced with a two-front storm of rising ocean and air freight prices are and stranded cargo. Both are threats to this global supply chain after 3 tumultuous years of inflationary pressures and delays from disruptions, which recently seem to finally have been vanquished. Jeez. Another supply chain crisis. Here we go. So there's going to be a link in the description box below. And this community member said these 20 grocery products will get a massive price hike in 2024. Okay, thank you. So here's a commercial break for you. But this community member said, hi, the WEF put this out. I think it's funny that they did because it makes a great point. Evidently, humans are not responsible for climate change at all. Did they not catch this? Apparently not. So here's an email from a community member, and she said, hope is all going well with you and your family this holiday season. Thank you. Same to you. I came across this book that explains all the craziness in our world today. There's an explanation for it. It actually goes back many years and spans many countries, talks about complete control, population control, financial control, political control. If you get the chance to read this book, very eye-opening, but I think many knew about this for a long time. It's called Control Oligarchs by Seamus Bruner. Thank you. I will look for that. And if I find it, I will leave the link to buy it in the description box below. So here is an email from a community member, and she said, I live in a small town and hate waiting. Yeah, I have no patience for waiting either. And she said so much that when I lived in Champaign, Illinois, I would drive 120 miles home to go to the post office for the DMV. That was in the 80s. That background is to explain how, on a whim, I stopped into a DMV to disprove what Hal Turner is saying. So, as it turned out, my cars, which have been paid off for 20 plus years, still have liens on them. What? Your 20-year-old car still has a lien on it? I thought I'd be gentle with them at first and told them that in the event of a big wreck, the lien holder gets the insurance money and not the car owner. That was verified by the clerk next to her, and my lady seemed to be the boss. So after it was all said and done, I asked her if she knew the name Klaus Schwab. She did not, but knew WEF, and you will owe nothing. Okay, how does she know WEF but not who Klaus Schwab is? What the heck? So I left, but after getting a foot outside the door, I came back in and told her that these liens are said to be collateral for the banks when they borrow from the Federal Reserve. She looked so shocked that I was thinking stroke. When I return with my lien release papers, I think I'll tell her about the great taking book since I've listened to Lynette Zhang for years. Reading the book was a breeze. However, I think I'll point her to the documentary on YouTube. The whole car thing would be a way for gas-powered cars to be seized in the name of climate reset rather. Here's the link for what he went through and what might be my next for my quest. I wish I were a paying member and could listen to replays of shows. Huh. I'm not a paying member either. If anyone is a paid member for Hal Turner, can you please do a copy and paste for me on the motor vehicles lien holder article? Thank you. So here's an email from a community member, and she said, I haven't seen a doctor in years, maybe decades. You're lucky. Wow. They keep giving me nurses instead. Okay. Oh, they're called advanced practice nurses. What? But they're still not doctors. My last experience with the medical profession involved one of those nurses. She decided to prescribe me ciprofloxacin. What is that? Which has a side effect, makes the tendons in one's legs disconnect in older people. What? I was in pain and wasn't thinking clearly, so accepted the prescription. No. After a few days, one of my legs wouldn't work well, and I remember the Cipro thing. I still kept the pills in case of an anthrax attack. I could just kick myself, but I'm not sure about this generation of doctors either. I worked in a big medical center connected with a medical school. My boss, instead of conducting the med students tour of our lab himself, asked me to do it. I was honored at first. Most of these kids are inattentive and loud about their inattentiveness. Not quite like monkeys on acid. Not adults either. Oh my God, stop. I started trying to engage them into looking at microscopes, but a few female students in front said, ignore them, they're idiots. I was supposed to be hard for, oh God, look at you. No, but exclusive, they were idiots, white men. They say healthcare people make the worst patients, and I admit I'm bad and intend to become worse, especially if this everybody gets a trophy generation rules medicine. Yeah, I don't understand that everybody gets a trophy thing either. I really don't. Oh, and the med schools went from race-based grading scales to pass fail for everyone. Pray for us all, okay, I'm going to leave you with some videos that were deconstructed and then reconstructed by me, that were sent in by community members. Okay. I'm going to take Christmas off. All right. Because, you know, it's Christmas. I will see you guys in the next one. All right. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.
We're here outside the federal courthouse here in Lower Manhattan, and this is where Judge Loretta Preska has ordered that January 1st release date of more than 170 names associated with a civil lawsuit that was settled some time ago here. But many of those names that will be released are Jeffrey Epstein's close friends, associates, and some of his victims. Now, the judge is also allowing those individuals who would like to keep their names concealed or redacted to file an appeal to make their case before the release of those names in less than 2 weeks. Now, many of those names that will come out certainly are known and notable, including former presidents, but they are all part of a now settled civil lawsuit against Ghislaine Maxwell brought by Virginia Giuffre. Now, Giuffre accused Maxwell of helping Epstein abuse her by arranging travel plans along with setting up meeting times and places around the world to facilitate her sexual abuse. Maxwell is now serving 20 years in a federal prison after she was convicted in 2021 for her role in a scheme to sexually exploit and abuse multiple teenage girls with Epstein over a 10-year period. Now, Epstein died by suicide in a Manhattan federal jail in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. The judge also noting in her order that some of the names that will be released have already been revealed because some of those individuals have spoken publicly about their relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Meanwhile, at least 11 names will not be released, including 8 people who have been identified as minor victims of sexual abuse. Last night on Banfield, criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Josh Schiffer talked about why some people are desperately fighting to have their names redacted.
So there's a lot of reasons someone wouldn't want their name associated with someone whose name is literally everything bad in high society and regular society, for that matter. So if you were someone of particular current, relevant importance, think someone big in finance, think someone big in politics. Jeffrey Epstein knew everyone. When you said earlier he palled around with royalty.
Now, Virginia Giuffre also has accused Britain's Prince Andrew of sexually assaulting her when she was 17 years old and being sexually trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein Both Prince Andrew and Epstein were very known associates. Now, Prince Andrew has denied those claims. However, he did agree to pay Giuffre a multi-million-dollar settlement.
If you're interested in prepping or in practicing wilderness survival, you're not going to want to pass this ingredient up next time you're in the spice aisle of your local supermarket. This is alum. It's often used in baking, but it's also used in water purification. Now, you don't just want to dip your water filter into water this turbid because it'll clog it very quickly. So what we do is add a sprinkle of alum, mix it up really good, let all the bad stuff settle to the bottom, then filter. And now you get to watch it work. This is pretty dirty, so I'm going to put about a teaspoon in. It will vary depending on how turbid the water is and how much water you're purifying. Some may consider this a lot, but it is a very safe ingredient. So I've let this sit a little over an hour now, and here are the results. As you can see, I used a lot of dirt in this demonstration, but it has separated off nicely, giving me this fairly clear area to filter from. And just about any quality backpacking filter out there should be able to handle what you see here in this layer.